Hello guys, welcome to Ferdinand Tutorials. I want to explain something in this particular video. I want to teach you how to prepare your academic CV. Of course, as a student, is somehow expected that you should know how to prepare your academic CV. So I'll be here to guide you on how to correctly prepare your academic CV, no matter what level you are in. Talking about from 100 to your final year, you should be able to prepare your academic CV on your own without paying anybody, without seeking for any external help. So I believe that this video will actually help you in a very great way. So first of all, what you need to understand is that academic CV somehow is different from the normal sales CV, is different from the normal employment CV. Academic CV is a curriculum vitae that is specifically tailored towards academic purposes. That is to say, if you want to maybe further your education to maybe master's degree, PhD, or for any other academic purposes like to seek for internship or to volunteer for an organization and you are being asked for academic CV, this is the kind of CV that you should submit. So I will teach you how to do it. First of all, there are 10 sections on this academic CV. I would like you to get a pen, or if you're using your system, you can jot them down. The first section is your name and then your address. Your address can be a social media address, not just your address where you live. Nobody's asking you of that. The second thing you should know is your education section. The third section is research and teaching experience. The fourth section is your publication. The fifth section is professional development courses and certification, followed by professional affiliation, and then languages, volunteering experience, skills, and the last section is selected honors and awards. I will start with the first section, which is your name and your important address. Now, if you look at this particular CV showing on your screen, you see my name, Kingsley Nemeka Ugochukwu. Now, how to arrange your name is that your first name comes first. This is my first name, Kingsley. Now, this is my my middle name, Nemeka, and then this is my last name or your surname, Ugochukwu. The next thing, when you are done, you put your mail ID. This mail ID should be in the bold form. So your mail ID is like your email address. This particular email address should contain your name and your last name at least. Now, please don't go and put an email like Kingsley Sexy Ugochukwu, Kingsley Bades King Ugochukwu. No, all those things are not really accepted in this case. So make sure that you are strictly professional. Remember, we're talking about academic purpose. Now you put your phone number. I added my country code because I can submit it to international organizations. So I added my phone number. It's advisable that you usually add your country code. So this is it. And then you choose a specific social media platform that you are so active in, that you prefer value, you prefer solution. For me, I have LinkedIn, I have YouTube, I have Facebook, right? So, but I decided to add YouTube because YouTube is my life. It's something that I've devoted almost 4 years of my life doing. So, of course, I should add YouTube channel so that if you want to check out what I do, you can go on my YouTube and then click on it. Now, this is the first section. So you can decide to put your LinkedIn if you're someone that like writing, that write a lot about academics, write a lot about sciences, about fictions, whatever, and then you feel that you are very active on LinkedIn, you can just copy your LinkedIn address and then paste it here. Facebook too, you can copy and paste it here. Now, that is that for the first section. Now, the second section is education. In my education, as an undergrad, a growing up student, you can add your Bachelor of Science, you put your course, and then put your grade, like your GPA currently. I told you that you don't really need to graduate before you have your academic CV. You can be building it as you go. So mine, I did it after I graduated, which was a bit hectic. This CV, for me to prepare, it took me a long time. It's not something of 2 weeks or 1 week. So, but I'm trying to tell you how you do it to be easier for you. So my Bachelor of Science, Biochemistry, this is the course I graduated with. And then I imputed my grade, more like, the class I graduated with. So this is second class upper honors. Now, I gained admission October 2018 up until July 2023. Remember, date is also important in your curriculum vitae. So I started my bachelor's program on October 2018. I ended it on July 2023. Are we together? Which institution? Imo State University. Please follow this thing I'm doing. Now, the first bullet here was my CGPA, cumulative grade point average. If you don't know how to calculate your CGPA, I will link a video in the description on how to calculate your CGPA. I've explained that on the easier way to calculate your CGPA. I graduated with 4.18 out of 5.00 grade point. When I convert this CGPA to 4.0, I got 3.34 over 4.0 because the institution outside here that uses a grade point of 4.0. Now, how do I get the 83% students? Now, this 83%, how I got it was I did 4.18 over 5.00 times 100 over 1. So any percentage you got here, that is the percentage you fall under. Are we together? So we can have people with 96%, 75%. So if your CGPA is 3.15 over 5.0, so you do 3.15 over 5.0 times 100 over 1. This is how you get your percentage. Now, still under education, the next bullet point here is relevant coursework. Now, as a biochemistry student, these are my relevant courseworks: introductory biochemistry, cell biology, medical biochemistry, biochemical pharmacology, genetic engineering, and all that up until biostatistics. Now, I went over to my research interests. These are my research interests. First of all, I'm focused more on cancer biology. I'm interested in cancer biology up until genomics, followed by nucleic acid. Now, I'm going according to the level of importance. So, my first research interest is cancer biology, genomics, nucleic acid, epigenetics, protein biochemistry, and neurodegenerative diseases. So, you don't need to have a complete research interest first. You can just add any research interest here. I'm talking about the newly admitted student, maybe first year, second year, that don't have a research interest yet. But third year, fourth year, if you still don't have a research interest yet, you can just take any of my idea here and start building a CV up until you get an interest that you want to pursue. You can now edit it. So this is my thesis. Thesis is more like what I did in my final year, my project. Undergraduate thesis researches a comprehensive gas chromatography mass spectrometry, that's GCMS, analysis of the ethyl acetate extract from onion skin with the objective of identifying and characterizing the potential bioactive compounds. So in thesis, what I did was I mentioned the project topic and then the objective of carrying out that particular project topic. Are we together? Now I added the title and then my supervisor still under that thesis. Now the title was GCMS, gas chromatography mass spectrometry. So GCMS analysis of the ethyl acetate extract of onion skin, alum cepa, and then my supervisor, which is the almighty Dr. Raphael Kanyang. The next section, that's the number 3 section, is research and teaching experience. Now, this is a place whereby you add what experience you have. Have you volunteered, as a teaching person, maybe in an organization to teach? Have you volunteered in an organization for your experimental experience? Now, for those of you still in school, those of you that have done your IT, where you did your research, you went to volunteer for an organization to learn what they do, that's a research experience. So you can add your IT experience under your research experience. So for me now, I didn't add my IT because I had other valid research experience. So if you don't have valid research experience, please add your industrial training, what you did. So for me now, first off, when the school was on strike, I volunteered at NIMR. I was a research intern, so Nigerian Institute of Medical Research, Lagos State, Nigeria. So I volunteered in the Molecular Technique Research Laboratory. So now, when I'm done now, I will look at what my activity was during that time. So my activity, I gained proficiency in core molecular biology techniques like DNA, RNA extraction, PCR, that's polymerase chain reaction, gel electrophoresis, sequencing, and protein analysis. Remember, don't forget to add the date whereby we started this volunteering experience. So for my research or research intern experience, I started on February 22 to October 22. Are we there? So the next, look at the activities that I engaged in, contributed, and then the next one is ensure proper functioning of laboratory equipment. Still under research and teaching experience, I was a research assistant. That's after I graduated. I worked with Dr. Raphael Kanyang and some other, professors and lecturers in the department. So research assistant, I started on August 2023 to April 2024. Now, the institution, Imo State University, Owerri, Department of Biochemistry, don't forget, my advisor, my dear lovely Dr. Raphael Ekayamu. Now, if you look at our activity here, now I assisted in analyzing and review. Remember, in each of the experiences, we want to know what have you been doing? What was your role? Are we together? So if you look at these experiences, I was adding my role, what I did. So I say assisted in reviewing and analyzing 15 research articles on the treatment of mania and bipolar disorder. Now, assisted in designing, assisted in conducting. These are actually my, roles in this particular research assistant in Imo State University under Department of Biochemistry. Now, the next experience, still on research and teaching experience, we are still in, section 3, is biology and biochemistry tutor. Now, for those of you that know me closely, right from my days at Imo State University, you understand that I taught at pastor's tutorial, right? I also, had one or two ways of teaching students. Are we together in biochemistry and biology to be precise? So I added biology and biochemistry to Imo State University Owerri offline tutorial center for science undergraduates. I started from August 2023 to March 2024. This was the official date actually. I've been teaching before then. So now I say broke down complex biological concepts and processes into, like, these are my roles, what I did. Review academic biology materials that were covered in class by the lecturers to help solidify their understanding of the courses. Are we there now? So these are some of the things I did. Now, taught a little over 30 second year biochemistry students over. I also did. These are my roles. Are we there? Now, another teaching experience was high school biology teacher, which is the one I'm currently doing at Ududua College, Ileife, Osun State. So I say created lesson plans to effectively teach and manage 42 high school students in class, created and supervised laboratory activities of students, maintain classroom record as well as. These are my roles. Do not forget, whenever I mention a particular role or volunteering experience that I engage in, I add the dates, when I started that and when I end. So I'm still doing this currently, high school biology teacher. Now, that is that for the third section. Now, for the fourth section, we go to publications. It's not every one of you that have a publication. If you don't have a publication, please don't write anything. Leave this blank open. Just add publication as this and then leave it open. Remember, it is better you start building your academic CV. We call it building. Building, it doesn't mean that you have to have it complete. Are we there? When I started my academic CV, I told you it was when I graduated. It was as blank as you can ever think of. But I started, looking at what I've done and went back and looked at what I've done and then I started imputing them. So I don't want you to wait as I waited. I want you to start building your own as soon as possible. So while still undergrad, start building your academic CV. Are we there? So that whenever you have a valid research experience, you just add it immediately. So this is publication. Now in publication, I wrote the names of people I worked with. Remember, I told you that I volunteered as a research assistant. This was the work we published under bipolar mania. So I worked with Dr. Raphael Kanyang and the wife, and then this is myself, Ugochukwu Kingsley Nemeka. The article was published in 2024. Is a huge work. If I click on this link, I will open the research article that we publish. Is quite a huge work. I will add the link to this particular research for those of you that want to read the research work. I will add the link so that you can click on it and go and read the work that we did. Now, also another publication, my YouTube channel, of course, is a publication, a video. I upload video constantly on this channel. Now, after that section, under section 5, professional development courses and certifications. Now, I only have 5 courses and certifications. All of them, I got them from Coursera. Now, if you look at these professional courses and development, I added each of them. Look at biochemical principle of energy metabolism, DNA decoded, introduction to genomic technologies, introduction to biology of cancer, introduction to molecular spectroscopy, industrial biotechnology. I added the links to the certificate for these courses so that when you feel that, okay, this guy, has studied this course, how do I prove? How do I know that he actually did it? You can click on the link. Remember, you're submitting this to, individuals that are more intelligent, more educated than you. So you don't want to lie to them. You don't want to do something that, that will hurt your chances of maybe getting admitted or getting the proposal that you're actually asking for. So you also need to add the link to show them that, okay, I'm not actually lying. I know what I'm doing. That's why my publication, I added link, both my YouTube channel and the article I published with my lecturer. Now, for this particular professional courses and certification, I added link. Please, let me reiterate. When adding professional courses and certifications, please, when you do baking, online, and then you're applying for educational stuff, please don't add the link to certificate of baking, or you did, let's take for instance, you did maybe sewing or fashion designing online, and then you get certifications. When you're applying for a course, let's say you're applying for a program in biochemistry, you don't necessarily need to add the link to, that your program that you did on Coursera. If you're applying for a business school, you want to do your master's in business, of course you can add the link to that particular certification in your fashion, in your baking, to actually show that you are good, you know what you are doing. So but when we're talking about scientific purposes like biochemistry, microbiology, biomedical sciences, what we are asking for is get related certifications that shows that you are good for that particular opportunity. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Good. So that is that. Now for the next section, we have professional affiliations. Now, in my professional affiliations, if you look at what I did here, Nigeria Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology from 2019, I got admission 2018. So I belong to the organization from 2019 to present. I'm still a member. Nigeria Red Cross Society 2023 to present. Are we there? So you look at other professional affiliations. Mine is just two. Your own can be, more than two. If we come to the languages, what we're looking at is what are the languages that you are very proficient, in. For me, I'm good, very good with English because, I learned all my courses using English language. French, I'm intermediate. Spanish, I'm also intermediate. I'm teaching myself, all those languages I want to learn, right? Good. So if you look at English, distinguishing, speaking, reading and writing. French, intermediate levels in listening, speaking, reading and writing. Spanish, intermediate levels too in listening, speaking, reading and writing. Yo hablo español, of course. I speak Spanish. The next one, which is number 8, is volunteering experience. That's the next section. Volunteering experience is what have you really done for your community? Of course, it's not education. What have you done for your community free of charge without asking for money? Are we together? So my volunteering experience, community service, participated in monthly monthly cleanup exercise for public places to reduce pollution and improve good health and climatic conditions. October 2022 to April 2024. It stopped when I left Imo State. The weekly cleanup that you do in your hostel, in your school institutions, those are community services. Nobody is paying you for them. Are you getting what I'm saying? So electoral chairman, I coordinated faculty, students, electoral processes. After I was a faculty president, I stepped down, when I was graduating. So I was a faculty electoral chairman. I conducted, election. Nobody paid me. Remember, volunteering experience is free. What I helped to build my community. So I conducted a free and fair election. Are we there? So also student representative, I was a course rep and I was also a faculty president. Remember, add the date when you started to the day you stopped. Very, very important. Also, community development service. I added science YouTuber. I upload educational videos on YouTube to over 500 undergraduate active subscriber. I have over 3,000 subscribers. I added 500 undergraduate active subscriber, like the number of people that watch my video. So I'm sure that whenever I upload a video, at least 500 people see the video. That's why I added 500 active subscribers. So please, if you want me to increase the number, you have to be watching my videos. If you're watching this video to this moment, it actually shows that you're one of the active subscribers, and I appreciate your effort. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. Now, Red Cross volunteer, which is what I'm still doing. I'm still a volunteer. I'm a CDS president. I believe I've talked about that. I'm a CDS president for my Red Cross group, here in Osun State. So we volunteer, we engage in monthly sensitization and all that. Now, the number 9, which is the penultimate, is the skill. You add your skills, the skill session. Now you add skills relevant to the opportunity you are seeking. Now we have research and analytical skills developed through independent research. You don't need to add it in your skill. So we have mentoring and public speaking, leadership, teamwork, and teamwork oriented. Don't just write them. Write where you get them from. Are we there now? Digital skill, proficiency in Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, SPSS, Microsoft PowerPoint, develop as a research assistant, and biology tutor at Imo State University. Now, the last section is the selected honors and award. That's the last section. Now, under this particular place, we have certificate of appreciation for hot prize. When did I get this award? March 2023. Awarded in appreciation of historically completing the best on-campus program in Imo State University. Woo, 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 woo. Somebody clap for me. Now, I also have certificate of meritorious service, Nigeria Society of Biochemistry. I got a certificate awarded in recognition of my selfless and all that. Award of recognition, Chapel of the Holy Spirit. I was a president for quite a long time while I was an undergrad. So at the end of the day, I was given a certificate. So this is how an academic CV should look like. Please, in your academic CV, there is no need to add your gender. There's no need to add your date of birth. There's no need to add that you are from a poor family, a poor home, all this. No, please use this template. Use this template to prepare your academic CV. I hope this helps. If you have any question, don't forget to ask me. I'll be the first to answer in the comment section. Share this video and subscribe to this channel to help me grow. See you